Hi, this is Chris from Dynojet. Today we'll be installing the Power Commander 5 on this 2013 CanAm Maverick. To complete this installation, we'll need to remove both of the seats, the panels surrounding the engine compartment, as well as the airbox from the front of the vehicle. Okay, so our first step in this installation process is the removal of both of these seats. To access this engine compartment, we'll need to remove the top panel and both of the side panels. It all starts basically with removing the switch panel first, and of course the grip. To pull the switch panel, we'll need to drop the glove compartment from the passenger side, and we'll just lift it out after undoing all of the push pins, and we'll set it up here on top of the hood for the time being. Next, we'll need to pull the grip off, which is already unbolted on for our sake of demonstration. Our next step is to remove the airbox. We'll next need to remove the entire airbox assembly. There is a breather hose on the rear driver's side area of the airbox. The hose clamp can be most easily accessed through the front fender well, and you will also need to loosen the hose clamp that is on the throttle body. Once those hoses are removed, the entire airbox can lift out, and that'll give us access to our throttle position sensor on the throttle body. Using the supplied Velcro, we're going to secure the module to the upper side of this kick panel directly underneath the dash. We'll route the main harness up and through the dash. We'll have one branch leading forward to our throttle position sensor. We'll have a branch coming down towards our crank position sensor on the driver's side of the engine. We'll have fuel injector connectors coming back here towards the fuel injectors. Use the supplied alcohol swab to clean the surface area on the kick panel before you attach the Velcro. We have our module mounted. The first connection we're going to come to is our coil pack. We're going to use the ground wire on the Power Commander 5 harness with the 6mm ring lug. We're going to ground that to the coil bolt. We're also going to connect the set of connectors with blue and green colored wires in line with the ignition coil and the stock wiring harness for the coil. Now that we're plugged in line with our coil pack and grounded to it, we'll run the set of connectors with the brown colored wires down to our crank position sensor connectors. Our crank position sensor connectors are down here on the driver's side of the engine. It's just a black 2-pin connector, 2-wire. We'll simply unplug the stock crank position sensor connectors, and we'll plug our Power Commander 5 in line with those. Next, we'll route our fuel injector connectors to the fuel injectors of the vehicle. The connector leads with the orange colored wires will go in line with the front fuel injector, and the connector pair with the yellow colored wires will go in line with the rear fuel injector. And now that we have the injectors connected, our last step is to connect in line with the vehicle's throttle position sensor. So we'll route this branch of the harness forward of the vehicle to the throttle body. Okay, we're now at the front of the vehicle. We have our TPS branch routed up towards the throttle body. This throttle position sensor is very difficult to access, which is why we've removed the airbox in the first place. We're simply going to unplug the stock throttle position sensor connector and plug our Power Commander in line with it. And this is a picture of the throttle position sensor plugged in line with the Power Commander 5. And now that the Power Commander is installed, we can go ahead and button everything back up.